Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti. I am MrPhotographer.com. In this video, I'm going to demo and review the Moza AirCross 2 Gimbal from Gudsen. Before we begin, if you could do me a favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and remember to click that little bell so you get updates. Also, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you know of anyone that would benefit from watching this video, please share it. And finally, follow me on Instagram. I am at Anthony Morganti on Instagram. And in the description below this video, I'll have a link to my Instagram. Quick disclaimer and full disclosure, nobody is paying me to do this video. And in the description below the video, I'll have links to the Gudsen website so you could take a look at the AirCross 2 gimbal. If you click on those links and make any purchase, I will not make any commission. But Gudsen did give me this gimbal for free to do this review. Okay, let's really just jump right into it. As you can see, it's relatively compact and light. It's plastic and metal, but I would say that most of it is metal. The plastic is mostly just the control area in here, and even the tripod base itself is metal with like rubber grip on it, so you could better grip it. So in my opinion, it's a very, very well-made gimbal. Now, a couple things I want to talk about is what you get with it. And I'm going to get rid of this box, and I'm going to bring out the case. It gives you a nice styrofoam case, as you can see. And inside of the case, of course, you get the gimbal, and you get these tripod legs. Now, you got a number of different ways to mount it. The standard mount is with this L bracket that comes with it. And you can see I have my camera on this L bracket. And you can see what's unusual about it is the L bracket, it mounts on the side. Most gimbals that I've used mount underneath the camera. This one's a little different. So it's on the side and you use the L bracket. And it is an Arca Swiss compatible L bracket. So you know, if you use Arca Swiss tripods, you could just leave this L bracket on your camera. One thing to keep in mind though, the L bracket will cover up parts of your camera. You could mount it on the right side of the camera like I have it, but it's on my Nikon Z6, it covers up the memory card. I could flip it around and mount it on this side, but then I'd cover up the cable inputs, and that's where I would actually use on this gimbal to control the camera. So I want this side open so that I don't have them on now, but to control the camera I would send cables to my camera on this side. So that's why I have the L bracket mounted this way. So you kind of have to make a sacrifice. I'm sacrificing access to the memory card the way I have it set up. Now, if you're not using Arca Swiss and you happen to use a Manfrotto tripod, they do give you a Manfrotto quick release plate, and you would mount this still on the L bracket, and then you could easily remove the camera with the Manfrotto quick release plate, and it comes with the actual tripod plate as well. So you have all that if you're a Manfrotto user. They also give you another little Arca Swiss plate as well if you want to put that on the camera and mount the camera vertically. You could use that. You also could mount the camera vertically with the L bracket, so you don't necessarily need that to mount it vertically. They also give you a little holder for a cell phone. So if you do use the Moza app with this gimbal, you could mount this on the hot shoe of your camera and put your phone in here. These come out so you can mount your phone in here, and then you could see the controls on your phone and access them very easily with that. Now, the main thing they give you, which is a really great addition, is they give you everything you need to pull focus. So you have the controller, and you have the teeth, cable, so you have all that. And I don't have it obviously on now, but you'll be able to pull focus with that once you hook that up. They also give you all the cables you need to hook it to various different cameras. although all different makes and models. And in the description below this video, I'll have a link to their website which shows their compatibility chart. Before you purchase this, make sure that it's compatible with your camera. It's compatible with most Sony cameras, Nikon Z6 and Z7 that I know of, maybe some other Nikons, I'm not 100% sure, and many Panasonic cameras and many Canon cameras. But just double check that compatibility chart before you make a purchase. Now overall, balancing was very easy. They have a video that gives you step-by-step instructions on how to balance it. When I got it, I balanced it, and it took me probably watching the video maybe between 5 and 10 minutes to balance it. Coming in the studio today, I had to rebalance it because when you put it in the case, you're going to lose the balancing because you have to unbalance it to fit it in the case. So in the studio this morning, I balanced it again without help from the video, and I did it in less than 5 minutes, probably about 3 minutes I balanced it. So it really is very easy to balance, and I was able to do it like that. And one thing they have, which after you balance it, you could kind of fine-tune your balancing. And the way you do that, first of all, turn it on. There's a power button on the side here. So you press in the power button, and you can see it came alive. And then to access that fine-tuning after you balance it, you would long press the center record button, and you'll go into the menu mode. And then you would go down to advanced. And then from there, you would go to auto tune. And then you could see that it's going to go through a routine now where it's fine-tuning your balancing so that the servos react properly to the way you happen to have it balanced to your specific camera. So I recommend you do this every time you put your camera on here and rebalance it. Go through this routine, and then you'll make sure that it will balance your camera the best way possible. Now, once you're done and you're ready to use it, it's super easy to roll with. As I mentioned, they have an app, and the app will help you do some more functions. I'm not using the app at the moment, but you could do everything from the gimbal itself. And again, you could control everything from the gimbal. First of all, you know, it has the 3-axis. So it has a pan axis, and right now that's locked. So if I try to pan, the camera will stay still. It also has a tilt axis, and that's locked as well. So you see as I'm trying to tilt, it's keeping the camera steady. And then it has the roll axis, and it won't allow the camera to roll. And you could unlock any of these axes you'd like just by this controls on the back of the camera. The very bottom button will affect the pan. So you press it once, and it will be a nice smooth pan. So now you can see that it's panning, but it keeps the other 2 axi locked. So you still can't tilt, and you still can't roll. You press that button again, and it will lock that again. Tilt, you hit the top button, and when you do that, you'll be able to tilt. But it will keep the other 2 axi locked as well. Hit that again, and it will lock it. And for some reason you need to roll the camera, you would hit the button on the left, and then you'll be able to roll. And it does it very smoothly, as you can see. And of course, then it keeps the other 2 axes locked as well. Hit that button again, and you'll relock that. Now, if you need to make some quick panning movements, the button on the right will do that. Hit that, and then you could do some quick pans. Hit that button again, and you'll lock the pan again. So it's really easy to access that. Now, it also has a joystick on the back here. And if you push the joystick up, the camera will go up. Push the joystick down, down. And then, of course, left and right affect pan as well. And if you want to bring everything back to the center location, the trigger on the front, just double tap that, and then it will recenter the camera. So really, the controls are pretty basic functionality that is common in gimbals, but it's very easy to use. Now, one thing, a note I want to talk about here, and I'm going to turn it off for a second. The battery is integrated, and what I mean by that, I'm going to carefully put it down. Pop off the battery, is you have a battery pack that's actually part of the handle. Now the advantage of this is you get 12 hours of battery life, and you could recharge this via a USB cable in 90 minutes. So a full charge in 90 minutes, and it will run the gimbal for 12 hours. I think that's incredible. The disadvantage of this is if you want to buy a replacement, if for some reason this goes bad, you have to buy it from the manufacturer, and it's probably pretty expensive. Most gimbals that I've used have those individual 16850 batteries, I think they're called, and those batteries are relatively cheap. You could pick them up at Amazon, but the battery life isn't as long and they take longer to charge. So advantage and disadvantage of using this integrated battery pack, but I like it and I think it works really well. Now I think what we'll do is I'll let you see the gimbal in action. Yesterday I went out to the park and I just walked in a straight line with the gimbal, holding it with all 3 axi locked. I didn't try to walk smoothly. I didn't try to do anything out of the normal. I just held the gimbal straight up and down in front of me and I walked in a straight line. And I want you to be able to see how the gimbal actually reacts to me walking on grass. So it was grass, it wasn't necessarily super level like a sidewalk would be, so you might see the gimbal move a little bit, but check it out. So the bottom line is I really like the gimbal. I think it's very, very well made, very sturdy, but very light. And that's very important to me and the people that do videos for me. Quite often, we're in the field quite a long time, and carrying the heavy gimbal that we were using kind of wore them down, and they really enjoy this light video or this light gimbal. Now with that said, there's a couple things I don't care for. I really don't care for the L bracket mounting. I don't like it covering up my memory card on my camera. It's typical, you know, I want to get that memory card out, I have to pull that L bracket off. So I don't care for that. The side mounting I think is a bit unusual, and I think the reason why they did that is because you have better access to the back screen. So if you have a camera where the back screen folds completely out and maybe goes to the front so you could do like selfies and things like that, this gives you a little more access to that by having it mount on the side instead of on the bottom. That's just my opinion. I haven't seen them write that, but that's what I think why they might have done that. But overall, I love it. It's one of the best gimbals I've ever used, and again, we'll be using it for my videos going forward. I would like to thank Gudsen for giving me the gimbal for review. Again, in the description below the video, I'll have links to their website. Make sure you check out the compatibility chart and make sure that it will work with your camera. And then if you do purchase it, there'll be a link there for how to balance it. And like I mentioned, it's very easy to balance. And once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to do it without any instruction at all. And just check it out. I think it's a really nice product, and I hope you liked this demo. Thank you for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.